Hey there, Chris Bassett here, and I'm playing Destiny 2. I'll be going over all the best free-to-play weapons. I'm starting a new free-to-play account, so we're going to check it out, see what's going on. So it does look like you come to this screen, a sign-up screen if you want to sign in. You can get some exotic gear. So yeah, if you'd like to, go ahead and go over to that website on the screen, link your accounts, and you get your piece of exotic. Alright, so we're in the pick a class screen. Basically, you get 3 character slots. So any of these characters are great. They all have their pros and cons. Your character account has 3 slots, so you can try all 3 classes. I recommend you do so, but just pick whatever you like, and then go ahead and proceed through the tutorial. Alright, speed running through the tutorial. You get to Shah Han in about 15 minutes or so, but this is going to be where you can either do the quest line normally, or you can skip to the tower. I recommend skipping ahead. That way you get a preset light class with additional weapons, and you can do this to all 3 characters, getting 3 exotic weapons, 3 exclusive heavy weapons, and 2 individual primaries. So go ahead and launch this mission to skip New Light, and you'll show up directly in the tower. So go ahead and walk up to Ikora Rey, which is right in front of you, talk to her, and you'll get the option to choose a New Light kit. These New Light kits will give you additional subclasses to choose from, as well as weapons. So the Solar subclass will award you the Sunshot hand cannon. The Void subclass will award you the pulse rifle called Graviton Lance. And the Arc subclass will award you the Risk Runner submachine gun. So like I said before, I'd make 3 characters, do this method, make 1 character a Solar, 1 a Void, and 1 an Arc. You'll get all 3 exotic weapons. You can then store those weapons in your bank and then put them all on 1 character. So let's take a look here. I've done that. I've completed all 3 characters with different subclasses. So I did the Solar setup, the Void setup, and the Arc setup. For the Solar setup, you get a Raghal D shotgun. You get the Sunshot hand cannon, which is really good. Enemies explode in solar bursts and then distribute that fire around to surrounding enemies. You get the Marlasan C grenade launcher. That's really good for a heavy weapon. For the Void setup, you get the Graviton Lance. The Wastelander M5 shotgun. Real fast, let's take a look at the Graviton Lance. That has black hole, so not only does it rip through enemies, but it also creates a tracking void round. And then you got the Q-Upon machine gun with destabilizing rounds. That synergizes well with the class. For the Arc setup, you get the Risk Runner, which is really good because when you take arc damage, you do extra arc damage with the gun, and it also creates chain lightning. You also take reduced arc damage, so that can be really beneficial fighting enemies that use primarily arc damage. You get another Raghal D shotgun, and that has Subsistence and Adrenaline Junkie. And then for the heavy weapon, you get the Crux Termination with Impact Casing, Eddy Current for faster reloads, and a tracking module. So all these are great. I'd make sure to go through and do each one of these subclasses to get these bonus weapons. And then something worth mentioning is if you go into the collection tabs in the menu and then go to weapons, you scroll all the way over to the right. You can pick up old weapons, the blues and the greens, for 777 glimmer. If you want to try a certain weapon frame out, you're like, hey, this auto rifle looks neat, or I wonder how this sniper rifle handles, or so you can try those out, and you don't actually have to pick these up in order to try them out. Alright, and once you're done with Ikora Rey, let's go ahead and head over to the gunsmith upstairs. He has a good rotation of weapons. They change weekly, so you want to check that out. He also has one-of-a-kind reward weapons that Bungie handed out because they made some mistakes. So make sure you pick those up and do not delete them because you only get 1 per account. So he's over here to the right. We're going to talk to him. It's Banshee44, the gunsmith. Now, his stock rotates weekly, so right here, the featured stuff changes, so make sure you always go and check those out. The legacy-focused decoding, you can also buy some of those. But right there, if you go to the right, that's where you will find those weapons, and you want to check those out. But the one that's amazing that you want to grab right away is the multi-map. So if you look at this one, this is crazy rolls. Attrition orbs, so when you deal sustained damage, you get an orb of power, and also sustained damage has kinetic shockwaves. Either one of these is good. I would probably do the field tested, because rapidly defeating targets or dealing damage gradually increase range stability handling. And then you can also throw in some socket mods, which would be great. You probably have to unlock some things before you can put the advanced on there. But this is great. This is an amazing SMG for right out of the bag. So we're going to grab that one. Don't ever delete this. It's huge. Rose, this is really good for PvP. So if you like hand cannons and you're a PvP guy, this is really good. So we're going to grab the Rose as well.
Done and done.
I mean, any of this stuff is really good. So let's grab all three. Let's grab all four. The Compass Rose, is this a shotgun? So it's slide shot, snapshot, dream work, or native focus. So this would also be a really great shotgun for PvP.
Done and done.
And then this hothead is great for as a rocket launcher, impact casing, tracking module, clown cartridge. Probably have two rockets in the magazine, and then stunning a champion refills the magazine. So this is also great. So grab all of these. These are great free-to-play weapons right out of the bag. Okay, let's see. What else do we got?
Don't let them catch you out there.
So if you come over to the Crucible guy, Shax. Is it Shax? It is. All right, there's a few things you can get from him.
Operations? Do you fear the Crucible?
Let's grab this. Anything that's free, I'm getting. So all this free stuff. Grab this. This is a kill tracker ghost. It shows you how many people you've defeated in the Crucible.
This is as sturdy as you are.
In the legacy gear, you hit Y on the legacy gear. You can see that you can pick these up. All of the stuff costs glimmer and enhancement cores. I'd really recommend the Riptide. This one has auto, if it gets the rolls, auto-loading holster and chill clip. You can pull it out real fast, freeze an enemy, put it away, it reloads itself. If you're curious as to where to find some of the information on this, if you go over to light.gg, you can see the rolls of things, and that works out really well for trying to plan things out. So you just go to the search base and you go Riptide. There it is. So Riptide Fusion Rifle. And here you can see the rolls on the weapons. And then you can inspect the rolls. So it has auto-loading holster and chill clip. It's God tier. That's really good roll. Some other weapons that I'd recommend would be Randy's throwing knife. I think you can get triple tap and kinetic tremors on this. So it's a scout rifle. It has decent range. It's auto fire, rapid fire. That's really good. So I'd probably grab that one as well. Let's see. Okay, let's move forward.
You're one of the good.
If you come over to Zaladin, what's this guy's name? Zavala. Close.
Hello, Guardian.
Next weapons that I would recommend is if you come over to the legacy-focused stuff. All right, you've got some good weapons here. This Royal Entry, this is a really good rocket launcher. It comes with cluster bombs and auto-loading holster. So that would be really good for, pull out the rocket, shoot it, put it away. It reloads itself. All right, the music was getting real loud. The next couple of exotic weapons come from a couple of quest lines. So if you walk away from Zaladin over to this Lost Quest box, the terminal, you want to go ahead and find the two exotic quests. Down at the bottom it says Exotics and Legacy. And you're looking for the Outbreak Perfected Pulse Rifle. That's really good. And then the Whisper of the Worm Sniper Rifle. So you can pick up those quests. You can see all these require DLCs, but if you go over to the right, you can get the Asset Protection and the Whispers of the Past. So acquire both of those. Those will give you some really good exotic weapons. I'll have other videos on the channel that show how to do these quest lines, how to solo them. I'll put a link at the end of the video to do that, so if you want to check that out. But make sure you grab both these quests. because these weapons are amazing. You can get the catalysts for both of the weapons, and that makes the weapons even stronger. Alright, next, let's head down to the Drifter. So we're going to go back to the bottom area first. So if you run down the stairs, and you go back to Ikora Ray's area, but then you hang a right, Zur will be over here, so I'll talk about him a little bit later. But then you continue to head down the stairs until you get to the Drifter. So loop around, downstairs more, and then he's all the way at the back. I don't know why they shove him in the back here, but get in the basement, buddy. So you get all the way down to the bottom, and Drifter has a couple of decent weapons that you want to take a look at. So these are all legacy stuff. Nothing's for free. You got to pay glimmer and shards. But you go to the legacy-focused decoding, open that up, and he's got a couple of good ones. Bad Omens, that has auto-reloading and tracking, so that's not bad. Gnawing Hunger's decent for an auto rifle with Void. Let's look. Okay, the Servant Leader, that's really good. That has Subsistence and Frenzy, so just being in combat, which you almost are always in combat, you get a damage boost, and then when you kill an enemy, you get some rounds back into your magazine. That's one of my favorite scout rifles. It feels really good. It's very stable, long range, good for really difficult content. Let's see what else. The bottom dollar wasn't too bad. That was the Void hand cannon. And the Q Zapan. That was that machine gun that you get if you choose a Void subclass, but you can also buy it here. Alright, let's do a little editing magic. I'm back upstairs close to the gunsmith. Let's go to the exotic archive. You can kind of see where it's at on the map. If you go into here, you can purchase exotics. So you probably won't have any shards or anything, any of the materials just yet. But once you get a little further into the game and you complete some activities, there are some free exotics you can buy. So you scroll all the way to the right, and these are all free to play. You can get access to the Sturm, the Mida Multi-Tool, the Rat King, Sleeper Simulant, Worldline Zero, Polaris Lance, and Legend of Acreus. The ones I'd recommend getting the Sleeper Simulant first. This is amazing. It's a linear fusion rifle. It does big damage for solar enemies. And then the Mida Multi-Tool is really good. It's a scout rifle. You move faster. You shoot super accurate. So that's really fun also. So once you're done looking at the exotics, go ahead and back out, and you can take a look at the legacy gear. This is all purple gear that you can purchase for materials. All of these are good. There's not a single one that's bad. They're all curated rolls that are amazing. There's PvP cannons right here, both the Luna's Howl, Fellwinter's Lie, Redrick's Broadsword. Those are all great PvP weapons. The Recluse is a good submachine gun. If you look up top, you got the linear fusion rifle, the Fair Judgment. Let me see what else. You've got the Adorned. That's Salvager Salvo's a great grenade launcher. Null Composure was one of my favorite fusion rifles. Ascendancy, that's a great solar rocket launcher. There's not a lot of those. So see, you can buy all these for Glimmer. So once you earn 75,000 Glimmer, you can buy these curated rolls. So this is a great place to come once you're rich. A quick tip for getting Glimmer fast is if you upgrade your Ghost, you can then put a Glimmer mod in there where you get 65% extra Glimmer. That'll help you buy these that much faster. Alright, so here I'm over my main character. Go ahead and grab the Ghost Shell, right? And if you hit Details, you can then upgrade the energy level. So it costs Glimmer, so you need Glimmer to start it, but we only need a few slots of Glimmer. So let's say you go 3, 5, 7, 900 Glimmer. I think if you get up to 6... Okay, so before you get an enhancement core, now you can go ahead and you can slot in either faster experience points gains, so if you want to get through your battle pass even faster, or at the other slot right here, you can slot in for Glimmer. So this will help you earn extra Glimmer, and that way you get those weapons that much faster. So yeah, let's take a look at the character. I'm going to pull out everything that we've gotten. I've done, other than the tutorial missions, I've done nothing else. And we're already sitting pretty good for weapons. Multi-Mox Great, Rose, Dregheld, and Wastelander. The exotics, Graviton Lance, Risk Runner, and Sunshot. You get the Compass Rose from Banshee, and then a pretty decent selection for the heavy weapons, which would be the machine gun, rocket launcher. We'll probably swap out. I'm going to say the Hothead's probably better, and then the Marcelon. So there you go, boys. Pretty easy, pretty good, pretty nice. So hopefully this tutorial was helpful. Give a like if it was. Check out the channel for more content, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Later.